Hello, I'm Pam, and I'm coming at you today for another episode of Friday Sews. Yeah! Hello, I'm Pam, and welcome back to another episode of Friday Sews. So, what have I been up to this week? Well, I finished my daughter's jacket. I finished the Pokemon jacket. And then what I'm working on is a Pokemon hat. So there was a couple days there where I was just like, what do I do next? So I was just kind of in a slump. And then I decided, oh, well, let's do a hat. So, fish on the top. And I know they're not all evenly spaced, but that's okay. I think it looks quite stunning. Alright, next part of business. The brim. So this is the top part. And then I have the lining piece right here. And it is out of the same fabric that I used for the jacket. So basically, it will go in there. That would be the little lining piece. Oh, and I did put my little tag label in there. So that will go in there. And, oh, and my son. Oh, you want to see something my son made? Cute little bunny hat. And I picked him up from school. He's like, look, Mom, what I made you. So I wore it the rest of the day yesterday. And then it's the first time I put it on today. And then I plan on wearing it on Easter at the grandparents'. So yeah. Alright. So what have I been up to this week? Well, not a whole lot. I got a question. Lisa asked me if my kids like their jackets. Now my daughter, she loves her jacket and she wears it every day, you know, and it's what she loves and it's unique to her. Nobody else has one just like it. And that's the great thing about making things, is that it's unique to you and really no one else has the exact same thing. You're not going to a store and getting the exact same thing that someone else has. It's something that's unique, one of a kind. So now my son, on the other hand, yeah, he thinks this is cool, but he'll never wear it. So, like, I have little conversations with my mom and with my sister sometimes. And they're like, well, maybe you should sell it. Like, post it on Etsy or something. Because I do have an Etsy account. I'm like, yeah, I could do that. I think the problem with us as sewers... Hold on one second. Okay. I realized that light back there was just a little bit too blasting. So, I turned it off. So, I think us as being sewers, that we're a little bit hard on ourselves. So, we make things, and for us, wearing them ourselves is great. But if we're making it like to sell or for somebody else, we're difficult on ourselves. We find all the little flaws and think that it's not good enough for somebody else. And I think I fall in that category because, yeah, I would want my stuff to be like marketable, that someone would want it. But as, a home sewer, we find the flaws. And, and if you go to the store and buy it from like a big retailer like Walmart or something, there's going to be flaws in the object that you purchase. I know in a lot of things that I buy, well, if I buy it from the store, I try not to buy clothing items from the store anymore. I really would rather make it. But in the past, I would find flaws. And, it's like, oh well, no big deal. So, it's just one of my thoughts. So what else have I been up to this week? Well, I decided that I wanted to make a hat to go along with the jacket. So we have the jacket here, and I decided I wanted to make a hat. Now this is just partially done. It's not all the way done yet. I still need to do the top stitching that goes around the edges here. And I still need to sew on the brim and sew in the lining. So I have done a couple different Pokemon here. And I noticed that those are a little bit close, but I think it'll be okay. And I may have spaced those out a little bit too far, but it's not bad. And then I've got a little fishy on the top. And then I have the brim piece. See, here is the brim. And I have, I kind of threw this idea back and forth. Like, do I put the Pokemon on the brim too? And at one point I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to sew it together and then be done with it. And then I decided, no, I'm going to sew it. Well, so I decided, so I turned this and I ironed this pieces, and I got a new craft iron because I was thinking that would make things so much easier to fit the craft iron in here and iron these pieces, so that, because a big iron doesn't always fit. Well, I was using it, and it has a little metal rod in the middle with the thing around it. I guess I could get it and show it to you. But yeah, I will get it and show it to you. So I keep it in this little box here, just because I can. Alright. So this is my little craft iron that I got. And I was using it, and I was trying to iron things down, and I took and I went like that, and I touched it. Touched the metal. Oh my goodness, it hurt so bad. And this happened yesterday. So I have a little, I don't know if you can see it very well. I guess you can see a little bit of the scarring there. And you can see it a little bit there. But it hurt so bad. So I immediately went upstairs, and I got the burn gel out of the cupboard, and I immediately put it on the finger, like a big glob of it. And then I had to go and pick up my kids from school, and just having the heat from outside, being warm out there, interruptions, kids. Okay, So, and it has a little disclaimer right here on the side. It says, warning, do not touch the safety shield. So this red part is a safety shield. Or any metal parts, including the shaft and adapter tip, to avoid burns caused by high temperature. So this is the metal shaft, and this is the tip. And what did I do? I went to use it, and I touched it. I was like, oh my goodness, I'm so stupid. But so I went to pick up my kids from school, and I go out there, and it's warmer outside. And it had been like an hour or two since I'd burned my finger, and I'd had to, well, maybe it'd only been like maybe half hour or something that I'd burned my finger. And so I go out to get my kids, and my finger, oh, the pain, it hurt so bad. So when I got home, I put some more burn cream on it. And then I think I put it on one more time after that. But then I was fine. It's like calloused over and doesn't hurt as bad. I can actually touch it. Might like have a little like blister underneath of it that is like, I don't know, it might have fluid under it. But it's not too bad. I'm doing okay today. But man, yesterday, touching that. So be warned, do not touch the metal piece when it's plugged in. And the worst part is I had it on high. So I had it all the highest temperature it would go. Not smart. But thank goodness for the burn cream the burn gel stuff I have. Yeah. But my finger will recover. But yes. Did I show you all these? I don't know. So, anywho, I'll show you again if I didn't. Alright. So we have that one. And we have that one. And I tried using some metallic thread in most of them. Like the white here is like a metallic thread. And then I have this one, in which the white of the eyes is only metallic on this one. And then we have that one, and I used a metallic, it's like a copper. And then a new thread that I got, which I'm not really satisfied with. Like the copper thread worked great. Like the green thread and this like dark pink purple thread, oh my goodness, not good. This one I did not use any metallic on. I just did like a gray blue or a blue gray for the body, and then eggshell for the face and the feet, and then for the nails is just a white, and then it's outlined in black. And then this birdie, the yellow is just a regular embroidery thread, and then the beak is like a gold embroidery thread, and then a red embroidery thread. And that gold and that red, oh my goodness, that is so hard to work with. Like doing this one, like the purple pink stuff for the lips was hard to work with, but the pearl white, that was not hard to work with because it's a different brand. So if you get an embroidery thread, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just me and my machine, but trying to use the bro thread on my embroidery machine for the metallic thread, it has something to be desired. But I thought I would give it a try. And of course I'm still going to use it because I bought it, and I'm not just going to let it go to waste. But I won't be buying more of that thread. So maybe next time I have to buy more embroidery thread, I'll either get it from Sim Thread. Well, if I buy the metallic, I'll either get it from Sim Thread or from the Thread Nanny and try it that way. but, or just go back to Joann's and buy it from Joann's. But I have pretty much bought all the metallic thread that I could buy at Joann's, and I wanted the different colors that Joann's didn't have. So that's why I ordered it online. But yeah, so this is the brim piece that goes around the little head. So I still have to do my top stitching around, like I'm going to go and top stitch. And so it's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to like top stitch to the edge and then go to the next and then skip it and then continue on and then skip it and continue on and jump and continue on, just continuing to go around. And then I will sew it onto the hat. But yeah, that's my little fun hat details. And that is pretty much all I've sewn this week. Because doing embroidery takes a long time. But yeah. I figure I'll do the hat. And I already have the jacket done. Maybe I'll post it on Etsy if I can. I don't know. I did make the jacket my own by adding the embroidery and putting a lining in it. I don't know if that's allowed, being that I used partial pattern for that. I don't know. But anywho. So, let's see. My husband had a birthday yesterday. Yeah. My daughters, so my two girls, they made him a birthday cake. And then my oldest decorated it. And then my youngest daughter, she's 6. She ate a bunch of it today. Yeah. So at least she enjoyed it. And then, let's see, sign paperwork for a loan so that we can purchase my sister's house. So she'll be out of financial issues. Which basically she'll pay us rent, but yeah. Let's see, what else? I really don't know. Easter is in a couple days. You know, and I've seen everybody talking about frugal frocks. And no, I did not make a frugal frock. I guess my thing is, I didn't want to make another dress. And it's not that I don't like dresses. It's just, right now, I don't wear dresses. And that's the thing. I don't find that I'm not a big dress wearer. Maybe because I always make them too fancy. I don't know. But yeah. So, I'm not a dress wearer, so I didn't make a dress. And then they have this challenge going out for Viv Mom and Joy Bernhardt. And they are doing the Joy Viv Sundress Challenge. Or is it Viv Joy? I don't know. It's a sundress challenge for Instagram. Which is great. But I don't know if I will participate in that either. Because it's a sundress. I guess it would be a dress, and you know, dresses, they're gonna have, my dresses that I would make would have sleeves, and if it didn't have sleeves, it would basically be so I had to wear a shirt under it. Yeah, so I'm not a sleeveless tank top girl. Yeah, so other than that, don't have much else to say. Yeah. Although I do love that SE625, especially for buttons. Do you know that you set the button in there and you push the go button and it will do so many stitches on the button and then it will stop. It'll be done sewing on the button. Like, so you do the button, and it does so many stitches and then it stops. And then you move it to the next hole and it does so many stitches and then it stops. It's great. I love it. Because any of the other machines that I've used in the past, and I don't know if the Viking will do that because I've never used that for actual sewing. It's been used for actual sewing, but I've never personally used it for actual sewing. But for the Brother one back there, I have used that for doing my buttonholes and my buttons, because it just made so much more sense, other than having to pull out the other Brother machine back there, my CS6000. Yeah, I just did it on the 625. Yeah. So let's see. And this whole pile is like embroidery, like stabilizer scrap pieces. The only bad thing about like embroidery is that you end up with scraps. And granted, I folded this over. This is a cutaway stabilizer. Now I have tearaway stabilizer too, and it's been great. I do like it, but my issue I have found with this is that it just, which is no big deal, but it kind of, it's hard to get it at a tight, like stretch it tight in the loom, in the like the hoop, that you end up with puckering. So let me show you. So with this design right here, and you can see a little bit of puckering around it, just a little bit, that I used this tearaway, and you know, I like it, but I'm starting to like really like the cutaway, because all these other ones I used the cutaway for, and the stitching and just the overall outcome of it all has been phenomenal. So let's see. Like, I know in some of the stitching in some of these, and it's hard to tell now, but some of it was a little bit puckered. Just because the way of the stitching, which is hard to tell now. But anywho, I think that using the cutaway just gets better outcome. And the thing is, the cutaway, it doesn't matter because it's being hidden anyways. Like, so this, I just put another layer of interfacing down after I sewed that. Although I didn't on this top piece. And I used the cutaway on this. It's all going to be hidden. And like with this, I used the cutaway for all of these pieces in here. Well, these pieces, they're all with the cutaway. And I really like how sturdy the stabilizer stayed. Well, and I doubled it up too. But it was just a better outcome overall. But yeah. And no one's going to see the underside of it anyways, because it's all going to be hidden in the item. And that's kind of why I did a lining on this, is to hide the embroidery, but I would have done a lining whether I did embroidery on it or not, because that's just the way I am. Okay, yeah, this is getting kind of long. I don't know what else to talk about. I guess I really shouldn't talk about anything because, yeah, I'm just rambling. But yeah, maybe I should just redo this whole video. Oh my goodness gracious. I guess I'll watch it and see. Maybe edit it. I don't know. Or maybe this is just going to be like way out of the park there, that I'm just going to have to redo the whole thing. Whatever. Okay, well, that was Friday Sews. And as you can guess, I didn't take anything out. I didn't delete anything. Just all that crazy silliness is still there. So, have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye. Okay, hopefully this is working, because I just tried it a second ago and it was working great. So, let's see what happens. Down by the bay, where the watermelon grow, back to my home, I dare not go, for if I do, my mother would say, hoo-hoo, have you ever seen a goose kissing a moose down by the bay? Let's see if that worked.